Hello everyone. So the items that I'm going to show you today are the PS1 Mini, PS1 Tiny and the PS1 Mini from Proenza Schouler. If you just want a very quick answer as to which bag I believe is the better value for money, I will say that it's going to be this one right here. Although there is a size difference and this one is the larger bag, there really is not that much difference to warrant the difference in price. And there's also a few drawbacks on this particular bag. At least for me they are drawbacks. They might not be for you, but I found that this bag between the two is not as functional and doesn't have the same great features that this one does. I'm not 100% a Proenza Schouler fan, and I don't know too much about their bags and in which order they were released, so I don't know if the Mini came before the Tiny or vice versa, but I would say that this is the better bag, so I don't know if they tried to improve upon it and then failed, but this is a better value for money. I paid $315, $315 for this brand new, and I paid $485 for this brand new. So I know that they go on sale through the Proenza Schouler website and also other department store websites. If you are looking to pay anything more than that, I really wouldn't. Proenza Schouler does not hold its value. It's not a very it's not considered a luxury brand. It is in the luxury category, but it's not in the same sphere as Chanel, LV, or even Gucci these days. It's more down at the bottom toward Mulberry, Balenciaga. I think even Balenciaga would be ranked a little higher. So you want to be very careful that you don't spend too much money on these bags if you do like them. This is the smaller of the two bags. I'm not going to do measurements too specifically because I've got a video up for each one individually, but I pulled off their straps, and I'll just tilt the camera down and you can see that there's a large difference in the size of the straps. The one for the blue PS1 Mini, the total length of the strap is close to 30, and for the PS1 Tiny, the Oxblood, it stops at 22. So the longest length on the PS1 Oxblood is a 22. The longest length on the Cobalt PS1 Mini is going to be a 30. So significant difference in the length of the chains, length of the straps. They can both go crossbody. They can both go on the shoulder. Excuse me while I remove these. And they can both be handheld because the straps are completely removable. Of course, this one, the additional feature that is the top handle. So while the additional feature is the top handle, that's also a drawback of the bag. Let me just show you why. As I explained in the video that's dedicated solely to this one, every time you open the bag, it will hit against your body. It's a stationary top handle and you can't get it open any further than this. So if this is your body, it's always going to be hitting against you, and this is the amount of space that you're going to be able to see inside the bag. You can only fully extend and open the bag when it's in a position such as this, or when you've got it held in your hand. But when it's on your shoulder or crossbody, this is about the distance that you're going to be able to see in, which really isn't all that much. So I've got this one filled right now, and this is the dust bag that the Proenza Schoulers come with a thick tie on either side. It's actually a really nice feeling dust bag. I'll put it off to the side. So they're both, structured the same way. They look like little satchels. So you've got a flip opening for each one, and then these two leather tabs that go through like that on either side. I mentioned in one of my other videos that they make great travel companions because they are unbranded from the front. You can't tell what the brand is. The only branding are on these tags that hang right down, and also on the underside there's a little PS inscribed on the underside of the flip block. Also for storage, note, if you would like to keep these in a completely straight position, you can store it upside down, and that keeps them completely straight. So storing it like that will help keep these straight. If you store the bag like this, you're gonna run into the problem like that where it curls underneath, unless you can sit it on a shelf like that, in which case you're still gonna get curling. So the only way that you will not get curling is if you lay it up like this and make sure that these are standing straight up. Okay, so they've both got the same flip opening. The difference is that on the Tiny, this one, the Mini, you just flip it up There you go. On the Tiny, you've got an extra little locking mechanism down here on the bottom, if I can do it. The bag is super stuffed right now. There we go. So you can see down there that it doesn't just flip open, it actually has an extra latch on the bottom that you have to secure it through. The bag cannot just flip open, you actually have to get it into that little pin to open and close it. So there's that. But they're both the same on the inside, both fabric lined. So fabric lined with a main compartment and a back zipper. Same thing for this one, it's fabric lined with a back zipper, but also a front pocket right here. That's the extra difference, is getting that additional pocket. So I've got it stuffed right now with a whole bunch of items. Let's take those items out and you can see what fits inside, and then I will see how much of those items can go into the mini. So right here in this front outer pocket, I have my very large 7-inch phone, or 6 1/4 inch, 6 3/4. My keys, which I just dump in. And this is a magnetic closure, a very strong magnetic closure. Closes on its own, it finds itself, so you can't really leave it open. An oversized pair of sunglasses. A wallet, this is my Chanel O case I use as a wallet. A small cosmetics bag that's squishy. And I stuck an iPad mini in there, so you can see that an iPad mini or something similar will fit, like a Galaxy Tab or a Kindle. So it will accommodate an iPad mini or something of that length. Okay, and then I've just got a few little candies down on the bottom. And if you have a longer, thicker wallet, it will also accommodate that sort of wallet, and a longer, thicker makeup case. Okay, so out of all those items, let me take away the Tiny. Out of all those items, we have a wallet, a iPad mini, a little small makeup case, an O case that doubles as my wallet, a very large, thick, almost 7-inch phone, and a pair of sunglasses. So let's go ahead and test that in the mini and see how much of those we can get in, okay? Okay, so I already know that all of these items are obviously not going to fit inside. Here's the longer wallet, and a longer wallet is of course not going to make it into the mini. So let's put that aside. How about, here's a smaller makeup case. This will in fact go in, and if you can find yourself like a squishy material instead of like a hard-sided material, you'll be better off. An iPad mini will of course not fit. Same thing as with the wallet. If it goes like that, it's just not going to make it. Here is a very large phone with a thick case. It will go in. Here is my Chanel O case, which doubles as a wallet. And where is the, I forgot it, in the back pocket here, I also had my key clay. So a key clay is in that back pocket, and we can put it in the back pocket of this one, like that. And how about the large size sunglasses, if we slip those right on top? I don't know, let's try. It can. So there you go, it can actually make it. The only things that were not able to fit in were the iPad mini and the longer wallet, but that's because they lengthwise exceed the size of the bag. But you can see that the capacity is really not that much different. Like I said, you've got the back pocket on both of them, the interior compartment. The only thing that's really different on this one is that you're getting a top handle and this extra magnetic portion, which is actually one of the reasons that I don't like this bag, is because it's very difficult to open this. This is supposed to be meant for easy access items like your phone. Let me pull the phone out. So it's a really great place to store like your phone or your keys, but it defeats the purpose by being difficult to open. So now I've got it closed and you have to pry it apart using both hands. So I don't know, it's not one of my favorite features, and even though you're paying for that additional feature, I feel like it's not that great. If you have a phone smaller than mine, it might make it into this back pocket, but my phone does not. The other drawback that I find with this bag, aside from the fact that this hits you every time you open it, and that this interior pocket is difficult to open, the other feature that I'm really sad about is the lock. The lock on the PS1 Mini is one of my favorite features of the bag. It makes it so easy to just flip this open and open the bag. That's what I loved about this bag, or what I do love about this bag, is the easy access. You just flip it open. Anybody can do it. I think I mentioned in one of my other videos, it's great for an older person because older individuals, they have a hard time sometimes with zippers and buckles and things that are difficult to open. So magnets and easy flip locks are really good for like your grandma and your older parents. So the feature that I liked so much about this bag has been taken away in the Tiny, because the bag will not shut properly unless you stick it into this little pin, which is great for security and travel, but really hard when you're trying to easily access your items. And many times when I was opening and closing the bag, it was taking me way too long. So I had heard people talk about the difficulty of the Proenza Schouler lock or latch, and I was thinking, what are they talking about? You just flip it open. But that's before I got the Tiny and realized that on some of the bags they've got this. So I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that the medium size would also have this, and that's what people are referring to when they say the lock mechanism is difficult, because it is. So those are the two bags side by side. I don't know how helpful it is, or if you have further questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. If you want to know a little bit more about a particular item that might make it into each bag, or something specific that you wanted to know, I do have a video, like I said, for each one, and I go into much more depth and show mod shots and that sort of thing. But between the two, I do think this is the better value. It does hold more than enough, and I don't think that the difference in what this holds warrants the price tag, and especially given some of the features that, at least for me, are not additional benefits of the bag. So yeah, that's my opinion on them. I hope you find it helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Once again, this is the PS1 Tiny versus the PS1 Mini. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye-bye.